People, Sunday, January the 31st, and it is 1:15 in the afternoon. I have to think about that for a second. We're going to do a little something different today. Instead of walking down the familiar Yonge Street sidewalk, which is just over there, I decided I'm going to take these weird little laneways and alleyways that sort of run just alongside Yonge Street behind some buildings. There are a number of them kind of between here and down by Queen Street. I was just at Yonge and Gerrard here when I started. And I've walked down some before in some older videos, but there are some that I have never walked down, so I thought I'd give those a shot. And we'll just see if I can get all the way down to at least Shooter Street. I see this giant pit for this abandoned condo site has become a lake. You could ice skate down there. We're just looking at the backs of buildings fronting on Yonge Street. It's cold again today. It's not quite as cold as it was the other day when I shot my Church Street video. It's about -4 right now, but there is a wind chill of -13, and there actually are some strong winds. Alright, so we're just coming to Gould Street. I can see that the laneway there ends, but there's another laneway over here. Victoria Street. And apparently this is called the Devonian Pond. I just always thought of it as the Ryerson skating rink, but it does have an actual name. This skating rink doesn't seem to have any sort of booking system for maximum capacity. I think it's just show up and skate. Skate at will. Everyone seems to be having a good time. Okay, now, I've never walked down this in my entire time living in downtown Toronto, even though I live literally a 5-minute walk away from here. Most of these laneways have names. I think the first one I walked down is called O'Keefe Lane. And I'll see if I can find the name of this one. Victoria Street Lane. Okay. So I just come to Dundas Street. Seems like more traffic than I would expect on a Sunday during lockdown. So this continues on. Another area I've never been before. This is just one of those places I always look down when I'm walking by on the sidewalk and never had any reason to explore. Just looking over to Victoria Street. See the Ed Mervish Theatre. Oh, this is some poor pigeon. Looks like it's been gnawed on. I declined to get a camera shot of it. It was not a pretty sight, let's just put it that way. Okay, so we reached Shooter Street. Now there's another laneway over here. It's the continuation of O'Keefe Lane. And I know at one time you could access it from off of Victoria Street here. But with this construction, I'm not sure if that's still the case. So I'm just going to kind of take a quick look over here. And if not, I'll just swing around the block to access O'Keefe Lane from the other side. So here we're at Victoria Street and Shooter. This is where you used to be able to go in to access O'Keefe Lane. I think I'll just swing around the block and go in from the other side, because I know it's still possible from the other side. I don't want to just go in there and find myself at a dead end. So now we're just walking south along Victoria Street, coming up to Queen Street. So now we're on Queen Street. This is Queen Street East. And up ahead is Yonge Street. Queen becomes Queen West once you cross Yonge Street. But we're going to turn north here onto Yonge Street. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So here's a familiar spot I've recorded many times, walking north on Yonge Street. But what I've never done in any of my videos is go in here. So this is where we're going to access O'Keefe Lane. You can look up at the Massey Tower condos. It's kind of a strange vantage point. That's 60 stories straight up. Now I'm just gonna peek over here just to see if I could have gone through when I peeked down from Victoria Street. Okay, it looks like I could have. I could have walked through here. There we go, looking back onto Victoria Street. That's okay, the little detour wasn't so bad. So here's O'Keefe Lane. There you can see the Massey Tower. The back of the Firkin pub on Yonge. Just crossing Shooter Street again. The guy rummaging around in that garbage bin. So these are the backs of buildings on Yonge Street again. There you can see the Aura condominium. And here's a cool view, looking up at the billboards at Dundas Square. I have a funny story. Years ago, I walked down this alley to take some photos, and at that time this big tall billboard at the end here was promoting The Weeknd's new album. And so I took a picture looking down the alleyway with the billboards at the end, just like this. And then I put it on my Instagram, and I tagged The Weeknd. And, you know, then I just thought, okay, cool. I didn't think too much of it after that. And then sometime later, a friend of mine who was a fan of The Weeknd was looking at his Instagram and saw that he took my photo and put it on his own Instagram page and didn't even credit me or anything. Just thought, I like this picture, so he put it on his Instagram, and it got like tens of thousands of likes. And meanwhile, the original picture on my Instagram had something like, 10 likes. And I was just like, well, okay, Weeknd, that's how you're gonna play it, huh? Anyway, I thought it was still kind of cool that he put my pic on his page. Didn't really anger me or anything like that. I was just like, well, you could have at least credited me or something, but oh well. I don't think my pic is on his page anymore, but it's still on my Instagram. It's one of the older pics down near the bottom now. So we've finished our little walk along O'Keefe Lane, and I think that's it for this little alley network around Yonge Street. So I'm just going to walk up Yonge Street for another couple of minutes. Alright, so we're just coming up to Elm Street here, which is where I'm going to end this video, because I'm going to begin a new video walking along Elm Street. And just up ahead is Gerrard Street, where we began shooting this video. It's on the other side of this abandoned construction site, if you remember the giant pit. This is it from the other side. So, hope you enjoyed this little walk around through some laneways here around Yonge and Victoria Street. If you did, please by all means subscribe, like, share, comment, tell your friends and your family, and even your worst enemy. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. I've been posting daily lately. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a link in the description where you can do so via PayPal. And I'm also under Instagram under KContinuum. So once again, thanks for watching. And be sure to keep checking back, because as always, I will continue.